Hello guys, DJ Parson here, and today I'm gonna play another game of Through the Ages. I already started the game, and it's the random mix and Takusta 2 and coupiran, and we have the second turn, or we are the second player, so we can see what they will take. And he takes pyramids, are very solid, and now I could take one of the leaders and frugality, which isn't so good. Could also take urban growth or one of the wonders. Since one of red has one wonder already, so I guess I could take urban growth, and I think I will do that. I'm not the biggest fan of these leaders, so I will take urban growth, so I can build one lab next turn as my first move, and then maybe take a wonder. So he takes Colosseum and Aristotle, and there's Roman roads. Definitely would like to pick that up. And Boudica can be really nice, especially in 3-player games. And there's Engineering Genius as well, but red will probably take that. Also he wants to take a leader. So we have to see which one he takes. Could of course take one of these. Okay, doesn't take a leader. Maybe he wants to wait for Hippocrates. And Roman roads come on 2, which I really like. But maybe I don't even have to take that. Both of them have one already, so maybe I don't have to take it now and I can wait. So I will build one lab and increase my population, and then I could take rich land and Boudica. Let's see, he has one leader already. Could also take Hippocrates away from red, which is really good because both of these will be gone. So I think I want to do that instead. And this will mean that red has no HA leader, and I quite like that. Also I take only one card from the card row, and so it's more likely that I can get Roman roads next turn. Of course I had to spend 2 civil actions instead of 1 for my leader, but still prefer that. So yeah, this means I will take Roman roads next turn. He could also take one of the H1 wonders, but these aren't that good. Forbidden City can be good with an early civil action, but I would have to take it for 2 civil actions, so I prefer Roman roads. So let's see, red, he probably wants to wait a little bit and not take Joan for 3, but he definitely wants to finish his pyramids this turn. Yeah, does that. Still on 2 and 1 only, so not much production. And I think maybe we definitely also should take a look at the cards which are in here. And this guy's really good, so I'm fine with waiting a little bit. And also there's no Pierre de Coubertin, no Marlene Dietrich. So yeah, I think I'm gonna play Immigration, because I have a work free, gaining 2 food, okay. And then I will take Roman roads, play Hippocrates, and I definitely want to build this. I could increase population, I probably should do that, so I can make use out of building free stuff. So this isn't as expensive as other wonders, but 4 steps is quite a lot. And next turn I can increase my population again. Okay, so he plays really fast. I like that. And takes a swordsman with Aristotle first. But he's also only at 1 lab. And I'm at 2, and red is also only at 1. So this means I will have a little bit more science than the others. Okay, so he plays development of settlement. So we have no problem with population, especially with Hippocrates gaining the yellow tokens. Maybe we can play another card next turn, and if we get resources we can finish our Roman roads, which I would really like. And there's quite a lot with resources left. This one, and is this one should be, no, one isn't enough I think. No, we need 5 resources, so gaining 1 wouldn't be enough. So the development of trade routes wouldn't be enough, but the development of markets or development of crafts. So either of those would be really good. Now he has quite a lot of food that he has to spend to not have corruption. Also probably wants to build a 3rd mine, but he also has 2 rich lands in hand. And he's still without a leader, so maybe he should take an early Joan of Arc. But he takes over another wonder instead, interesting, and not takes John. And so we will have quite a lot of civil actions once he's finished this. So yeah, I'm gonna play maybe reds. Can definitely play reds. Development of warfare, so we'll definitely do that. Do something with my resources. I could take Joan of Arc. First I can increase population. Could also take monarchy, but for 3 it's too expensive I think. So I'll take Joan of Arc instead. Because I don't want to have Hippocrates for too long, and I don't know when the other good leaders will come. So I want to swap my leader as soon as possible. Or not as soon as possible, not this turn, but probably next turn. I have 1 yellow cube right now. This, whatever it is, means 1 cube. And the second one is really good, the third one is really negligible. Not that important. And John gives quite a lot, so I will swap her next turn. Okay, so now this one, development of science, which is nice. Okay, he takes the wall and has Colosseum already, so have to be careful that he doesn't get too much military. Also with the swordsman and the Great Wall, that's a really nice combo. So if I can get monarchy next turn, I definitely would take it. Some of you know I really like theocracy as well, but really only if I have a 5th civil action from some source. There are 2 code of laws in the game, but I don't have one, so it would be a little bit risky to take theocracy. So probably monarchy, if I can get that. If red takes monarchy, or if monarchy is still on 2, maybe I can't take that. It's a vast territory, that's really interesting. There is the Suez Canal, where I could develop or go for the colony without having to play it. And that is really strong, especially with vast territory. But I have also quite a lot of yellow tokens already, so this territory isn't as good for me, maybe. So this tactic is quite nice, so if I can take knights, I would do that. But I don't have these civil actions right now to take anything from the third row. And red will have quite a lot of civil actions, but he doesn't have science. There's a development of crafts. So he's at 7, so he can't finish this because it costs 8. That's good that he can't finish it right now. Also, I played immigration, so I have to keep that in mind. Red will build the Forbidden City, so you probably won't go for a lot of happy faces, and because he will just ignore the discontent workers with his Forbidden City. And he has one happy face from here, and we'll have another one from the Great Wall. Okay, so he takes Alchemy and Masonry, so I can take Monarchy. And if I have to decide between Monarchy for 1 or Theocracy for 2, I definitely will take the Monarchy. Also, I'm the weakest, so I don't think that I want to play anything. So we'll skip the politics and go for the Monarchy. And also finish my Roman roads. And as I said, want to play Joan of Arc as soon as possible. And then maybe I go for a temple. This way I have one happy face, so if immigration comes, I gain 1 population. And I am also same strength as green now, so I think this is really fine. Next turn I can copy one of those tactics, depending on if I get the knights. Maybe green wants to take the knights. Let's see if he plays politics and if it will be immigration or not. Reds would also be nice. He would lose 4 food, he would lose 2, and I would lose 2 as well. So not that game changing, but still nice. And red is really, I think, a little bit behind because he didn't take a leader from HA, or we didn't give him one, and he still has no leader from HA, so from H1. So the H1 is almost, or is quite in the middle of being over, and he still has no leader. Okay, and brr, green goes for quite a lot of military, and this guy is really strong for that. Fulfills this tactic 3 times now, producing him 3 culture as well. So I really have to be careful. Hope I will get the knights, but I can't go for the knights this turn. I have 1 defending card and I have 4 military actions, so I'm safe from any aggressions green would play. Also, it doesn't seem like red will play, or maybe he will play politics, but he only has 2 cards in hand, so maybe he doesn't have any. And I can see which card will be on top with Joan of Arc, so I can decide if it is immigration. I'm still one of the most happy faces, so definitely would do that. And if it is reds, then also taking away 5 food from him would be really nice. Can really make good use out of his population. Going for even more warriors. And red is not in the game and his clock is ticking. Not sure what's taking so long. Also, I went for masonry. It's interesting. He doesn't have that much science. But with alchemy, I guess he will upgrade to gain a lot of science. Also with breakthrough, probably has enough to go for masonry. And there he is back now. See if he has enough time left. And next turn I would, if I want to play politics, if there's anything good on top, I will probably go for rebellion. I mean, the others are strength related, and it looks like green will definitely be the strongest for quite a long time. Can upgrade 3 warriors to swordsmen, and also with the Great Wall he will have quite the military. "15 seconds left, let's hope he doesn't get kicked out." Whew, he did it. And he went for 2 alchemies and takes away the knights. There are another knight. And let's see, it's immigration. He didn't build any happy faces, so I can safely play the rebellion. And gain 1 population. I could go for irrigation if I want to. Could also build a 3rd lab, because I won't be getting alchemy. So maybe I like that. Let's see what he wrote. Only 2 seconds left. Yeah. Let's hope he... Oh, for me it's 7. So I will take some yellow cards. But they're quite expensive, but maybe breakthrough. Then can also take irrigation. And let's copy this tactic. And end the turn. Won't be needing the aggression and the crusades. So there's 1 card of laws. And he played an aggression on red, because red only has 2 military actions, but he can defend. Interesting that he doesn't play politics. He only played 1 card. Red played the other 2. And 1 for me, of course. So maybe he didn't play anything good. Or he doesn't have anything good. Also really interesting to see if he will take knights. I don't think he will, with his Great Wall and so many warriors already. And also he only has 4 civil actions. Red is at 5 and I'm at 5 as well. I definitely could take Universitas. But maybe that's too much science production then. Right now I'm at 4, but when the Roman roads reach H2 I will get 1 more science. So I have to see if I want to go for even more science production with my Universitas. Okay, he upgrades and takes reserves and builds another bronze. So let's see if he goes for knights. Let's see first if he plays politics. Also he has to play really fast. Yeah, fast. Maybe we can just build 2 steps of his Forbidden City. And then, okay, he can't finish that if he does that next turn. So this is quite expensive, quite a lot of actions, even though he has masonry. Okay, so will he run out of time? I accept the trade offer. Which side did we get? I can use that as food. That's quite nice. This gave him a little bit more time. And these were seconds as reserve. Luckily it's his last turn in H1, so after that he gets a new reserve. Yeah, I don't know why I accepted that fast. I was in the mode to do anything fast, because I was in his mind and didn't think about that I didn't have to play fast when he offered me the pact. Let's see, it's scientific breakthrough, and he said 5, he said 1. So I definitely could do that, make use out of that, and maybe play the pestilence, or maybe the border conflict. When I get the knights I will also be quite strong, so maybe I do that. So I will take the knights, develop them right now, and build one also. So now I'm at 8. There's rats in here, so I definitely want to increase my population and not pay with resources. And then maybe I want to take urban growth as well. And what do I do with my idle worker? Or with my civil action? I could take warfare, maybe I don't take urban growth, but urban growth is quite good. Definitely want a new temple as well. So maybe I just take warfare. Could also play irrigation. But having warfare, I don't need the military action, so I don't think I want to do that. I would take strategy instead if I can get that. So he plays another aggression. We're at still at only... Okay, so he can't defend. That's really nice. Because now he can't finish his wonder. If he takes resources away from him. So it takes 3 resources away. And finishes his wall with that, so he's now super strong. Luckily I'm a little bit in the middle, he can't play an aggression on me. I'm safe from aggressions, and red is quite behind. Especially now that he has 2 unhappy workers, he can't finish his Forbidden City. He offered a pact, naval trade agreement, accepts that, so our pact is no longer valid. Maybe next turn I can take Code of Laws. And there's still the problem of the rats, so I don't want to increase my food production. But I can go for another temple. And then maybe take Engineering Genius. I definitely can build another wonder, I only have 1. Iron could also be a possibility, even though it's quite late in the early beginnings of H2. Iron can still be worth it, especially if I can take make a really strong turn with it. Could upgrade 2 mines to iron. He's at 4 and he's at 3. I'm quite happy with having 4 science now. And okay, he takes engineering, genius and monarchy. But he's still super weak. Sadly, I can't play an aggression on him. The reds, yeah, definitely nice. The reds are really good. He loses 4 resources, so he can't increase his population. And I think I will play the pestilence. That's really nice. So yes, sadly iron is here. I could also go for coal. Could also take Catherine. These are really good, all of them. Coal is quite expensive and I can't go for it right now. I definitely want to play another temple, I think. God of Loss also really strong, now with 6 civil actions. And now that the reds are gone, I can also increase my food production, so maybe I do it like this. I don't want to spend my civil action on these expensive cards to take them. Also there's Nobel, which is really good. Napoleon is always good. Catherine as well. So I don't have to take her for 3. Gaudi and Newton and Darwin aren't in my position really that good. Shakespeare also not what I will go for. But I will do it like this. Can get rid of one of these aggressions. A little bit of problem with my next turn. Uncertain borders, okay. Seems like he doesn't have another aggression. But yeah, a little bit of a problem is next turn I don't have that much to do. I can't go for anything. I mean, I can play reserves for food and then increase my population. Yeah, that's probably gonna be good. So green is still only at 4 civil actions and at 1 science production. So he has the military power, really good wonders. Was really good for him to play the aggression on red. But he also has problems, especially his civil actions. So he takes Republic, okay, and can go for that next turn. So really good turn for him. And he has quite a big problem with happy faces, but he can finish his Forbidden City this turn. New deposits, okay. So maybe I should have gone for iron, but still, that last turn was really good. So I'm not unhappy with that. So I have 7. Sadly, I don't have the science to go for coal next turn. But I think I will increase my population, but then I also don't have that much I can build with that. Could go for another religion, but that's only really good as long as I have Joan of Arc. So I'm sadly missing a little bit of science to go for coal or anything like that. So let's take there's Bill Gates, so I definitely could take scientific method if I want to. Or I will go for coal. Maybe I will go for coal and maybe just build another knight this turn. Could also go for another wonder, the Harvard College. There's another way I can spend resources without having to develop any technologies. Harvard College 3 science production is quite nice, and the ability isn't bad as well. Also the others are quite good. Suez Canal couldn't be good, but with only one colony from hand it's okay, but not too good. Louvre I really like, always having the possibility to spend some tokens to gain resources. Kremlin I don't have any real happy face production or happy faces at the moment, only the religion, which aren't that much. And he takes coal away. Okay. So he has quite a lot of civil actions, so definitely still strong. Again, I mean I could go for an aggression. Maybe I will do that, because he has to play at least one defending card, which makes him weaker for the territory. And I have this nice aggression in hand. If it goes through, that would be really good. And actually it goes through. That's really cool. Nice. Sadly now the coal isn't here anymore. But I could take rifleman and go for this. And maybe I also take Catherine. She's, in my opinion, a little bit better than Joan of Arc, especially with the 2 culture production. And then I could take urban growth. And I guess the reserves I will play for resources. I can increase my population next turn. So next turn I will need the resources. So I think this is fine. I'm not the biggest fan of Harvard College, I have to say. So I don't want to get that if I don't have to. So the aggression was really nice. Also, yeah, that's the problem of Red. He's really greedy with his military. Having only these 3 warriors isn't enough. Also not going for cartography, so he didn't plan for me to play an aggression. And now green can play an aggression as well, and he can't defend. And also if he doesn't go for more military, which he really can't without any science, I can play the raid on him next turn as well and gain a lot of resources on that way. Now green can go for the Republic, which will make it so that it takes quite long for him to go for alchemy. Next turn he only has 2 science. So yeah, he plays a really... okay, he plays a war over territory. So red is really getting a beating. And he takes selective breeding as well. Let's see, I mean, yeah, red. Okay, so both of these, green will probably not play as much as he can. So I think I would bid 4. It's quite hard to bid that much for red, because he doesn't have any colonization cards in hand, we know that. So I think I would bid 4, yeah. And again it with 2, so I can just send away a knight. I have a lot of resources. Sadly this means I can't play the aggression next turn, and most likely also no, I can't make use of Catherine's ability to gain a yellow token. But I've quite a lot of resources. I could also go for journalism if I want to. These are quite expensive, but Yeah, maybe they are too expensive. I definitely would like to have scientific method and go for a very high science game. So if they come on 3, I think I would take them. And then I could develop them and build upgrade 2 of my labs. Yeah, I think I would do that. And I also have to keep in mind my happy faces. I mean, I have the, I can't click on it, the yellow cube I will gain after the age. And also with my wrong roads I got 1 yellow token. So I won't have the biggest problem with happy faces because I have so many yellow tokens. But still have to keep that in mind, that I maybe want to pick up one of these, but probably not. Maybe I go for a theater. Could also, no, this one will sadly be gone. Okay, he upgrades and he builds 1 warrior, which is really good for him because then he doesn't lose the war as much. And sadly I can't make use of that. Maybe I will play the international agreement. Or I will play the vast territory. Could still get navigation. Knowing that the territory is in there is quite useful information. Rebellion, that's nice as well. So he loses 1 worker. And I can increase population. Sadly no scientific method. But I mean, I could take the Louvre, but I can't finish it. Could build 2 steps and finish it next turn, but I have to consider that I'm open to an aggression as well. So I definitely want to rebuild my knight. This is the first thing I want to do. Maybe I have to wait with the Louvre. It's quite expensive, he can't take it. And he maybe would like to take it, but he maybe can't. Maybe we'll take architecture. But also have to spend some resources. So I could do this. But I can't finish it next turn, sadly. So, not sure. Could also go for journalism. But then I would have to delete one of these. Could do this. Let's make 5 science. But I'd really rather wait for scientific method. So I think I will take the Louvre. Do it like this. It's quite expensive to take. And I can't finish it next turn, sadly. So he gains 2 yellow tokens. Can play an aggression now, or another war if he has it. And he has a very big problem. Also food problem. It's not looking good for red. But I mean, it's basically his own fault. He only has 4 warriors right now. Which isn't enough. And he finishes the Harvard College. Didn't play politics. He somehow doesn't like to play green cards. It's interesting. Let's see if red he has so many problems. Maybe we can play this aggression on him next turn. But 1 defending card would be enough for him. So both of these aren't really good for us. So maybe I will just try to play an aggression again. There's scientific method. I really hope I can get that, but I see no real reason why red would take that. Also breakthrough and revolutionary idea on one. But red doesn't have as many. Doesn't have the hand space really. Also I lost 2 civil actions to the rebellion. And I'm not sure which problem he will face first. Maybe he has to build. He could take the food from the reserve, so he doesn't have to concern himself with starvation on this turn, and instead could get organized religion and build one, so he doesn't have happy face problems anymore. Also, he has just too many technologies in hand. The knights, the cartography, the printing press. I mean, he has so many civil actions, he had to take something, but still, this is quite a lot. And then taking these as well, I really don't see where he will get those science points from to go for all of these, especially the opera. Or maybe if he... yeah, probably the aggression will be too risky. He has quite a lot of cards, so yeah, he goes for the religion and takes both of these. That's a little bit sad, but yeah, I don't think I will play an aggression. He has drawn quite a lot of cards, but I can play Catherine and gain 1 yellow token, and he lost 1. And now I can go for my scientific method. Urban growth. Then I can take efficient upgrade and reserves maybe. And this way I can finish the Louvre Museum next turn. And with reserves and efficient upgrade I can also upgrade another lab. It's really nice having the extra blue tokens. I have no problem with corruption. I really like this. Also I have quite a lot of food production. And so I don't want to take frugality. So I think this turn is really good. Can get rid of the annex. Maybe keep this one, and if there's a colony. Maybe I keep the aggression for now. I can get rid of the tactic with my rifleman. I have better tactics I could fulfill. Could also go for this one. Border conflict. There's pestilence, which isn't the big problem for us. We have enough food. Can just lose anything and increase twice. Also strategy would really like to take that. And green as well has quite a lot of stuff he can develop. And with his Harvard College, he also has 5 science production. I myself am at 6 now, which is really nice, and I will have quite a lot more. And as I said, I would really like an early Bill Gates. And I mean, Steve Jobs can be good as well. Getting 2 happy faces and then some culture, but I would need probably some other way to produce resources if I go for that. And the other ones aren't really that good for me. So let's see, he goes for food and takes team sports. So let's see if red, I mean he has revolutionary idea and breakthrough, so I can go for some of these. Can't go for constitutional monarchy. Also If you have monarchy, then constitutional monarchy is really expensive just to gain one civil action and one military action, especially if you have so many civil actions anyway. So we'll probably go for selective breeding and upgrade those. So the pestilence, not a problem for green as well. For red, a little bit of a problem because he doesn't have the food. And he also loses. Interesting. Can he? Be interesting to see the order of things. If he can first destroy something and then lose the population, should be how he could do that. So there's engineering genius. If I can take that, and then I maybe would change my plans. Could still also go for coal. With efficient upgrade in hand. Could go for coal. I don't need the science right now. So I don't have to upgrade any more of my labs. So I could go for coal, upgrade 2 of my mines, maybe take engineering genius as well. Also have to keep in mind vast territory is in the game, so navigation would be good. Strategy as well would be good. But he takes strategy. And Shakespeare, interesting. Okay, also have to keep in mind he still has Janzitska, so if I take 4 cards, which is gonna be really hard, he will lose him. Not sure I play politics right now. I can offer this to red, I think. He produces quite a lot of resources, maybe he wants food. Can offer it to him. And he rejects. Okay. So I will destroy one of my mines. And could take coal and engineering genius. But yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's 4 cards. 4 cards are gone. This is perfect. I can go for coal. Upgrade once and once more. So I don't even have to rebuild the mine. 6 is enough. He will lose Janzitska. I think this is about a perfect turn. Sadly I can't take the cannons. But no problem. Maybe get rid of the trade agreement or one of the colonies. I won't be needing both. So get rid of one of those. Let's see, maybe I draw the classic army, that would be good. No tactic. Happens quite a lot. He loses cartography, printing press and knights. He loses Janzitska, that's really good. Popularization of science, I'm not gonna change much. And also again with the yellow token from Hippocrates, I still have no problem with my yellow bank. Can increase twice to gain free population. Next turn I probably will finish the Louvre with engineering genius. Some really nice yellow cards here, definitely would like some of them. Also culture wise I'm at 36, he's at 41, he's at 14. But I'm at 6 production and he's only at 2. So I don't think it's looking bad. Have to be a little bit careful with military, as always. Especially because I didn't draw one of the good tactics I would have liked. Like conquistadors or especially classic army. That would have been perfect. But now I can draw new tactics. Maybe positional army or entrenchments if I get rockets. Okay, so he goes for Darwin. So he produces 5 now as well. Not sure why I didn't take Alpha Nobile. Definitely think it would have been better. And there's a vast territory. I mean, I would send away this, not more, but definitely would take one of my riflemen instead of the knights if I had to. So both of them are at selective breeding, so the colony isn't as strong for them, I think. But still, send away 3 warriors. Okay, that's crazy. That's so much civil actions and food he spent on that. I mean, 3 warriors, he has to increase 3 times, and that's 12 food that he just sent away, and he only gained 3, so I don't think that was worth it. But I'm happy that green didn't get it, so I won't be complaining. So there's military theory. I definitely like to get that. I have now blue tech from the military tech tree. Red has strategy already, so he probably won't take military theory. Once I upgrade my labs, I also have enough science to go for these really expensive technologies. Sadly not enough for next turn. So let's see if he goes for some military. Basically has to. Sadly I don't have an aggression in hand anymore, but yeah, he goes for cannons probably. No, doesn't have the science. So he stays at 4. Interesting to see. And democracy is really good as well. But I also want to finish this. Definitely would like democracy, but it's quite expensive. I can play reserves and can't upgrade here, only if I took those from here. Maybe 1. So I get more science. Or maybe I don't do that. I can stay at like this. I would like democracy and military theory. I think military theory is more important right now. You can also take efficient upgrade for next turn, upgrading here. Which land? Don't really need that. Tanks. Could take tanks. Or could increase my population. Maybe I will take tanks. Depends on what tactics I draw. I'll just take it. So get rid of the trade agreement, some of these territories, and terrorism as well. So let's see when we get a new leader from H3. And we could take another vast territory. So queen bid 7 last turn. Could do it like this. I don't really see the need to do that. Maybe to take it away from green. So I will just bid 7. Okay, he bids more than 7 this time. Probably has to send away 2 swordsmen, I hope. Yep, 2 swordsmen. So again, he has quite a lot of food and yellow tokens now. But still it costs some actions and food to rebuild them. So there's International Red Cross. I have enough food for quite a lot of those steps, but it's quite expensive to take, and I don't have engineering. And maybe I want the food to increase my population anyway. I'm at 11 culture production now. That's really good. Also, I'm at a quite high level of resource production, and I have 6 resources in the Louvre. So I don't think I will be the target of culture war, especially after I played military theory. So I'm liking my position more and more, especially after I sent away so many swordsmen. And he has wave of nationalism, so he can go for some military, also depending on which tactics he has. Let's see, the impact of industry could be nice. And the impact of architecture, it's too early to say, but it could definitely play the impact of industry if I want to. So let's see, he goes for civil services, that's quite nice from oil as well. And which land? So probably wants to go for oil, so maybe impact of industry isn't as safe. There's Bill Gates. Let's hope red doesn't take him away. I definitely would still go for Bill Gates, it's so early. Can easily upgrade those 2. And then I would have really big resource production. Immigration, no discounted workers. Haven't played politics in quite a while. And there's already 1 impact in there. And he can definitely play the impact of industry, I think. Even if he goes for 1 or 2 oils. Yeah. I mean, I gain the 3 culture from playing it. Maybe impact of architecture is safer. Especially if I get Bill Gates, and then I will take computers. Then it's probably gonna be really safe. Also, let's hope red doesn't take democracy. Will take him quite a while to go for that. Yeah, that's so much stuff I would like to do. I have to increase my population a few times. I definitely would like to take international cross. Democracy, Bill Gates, all that stuff. So my biggest hope is that red doesn't take Bill Gates, and after that I hope he doesn't take democracy. I mean, computers would be nice with Bill Gates, but scientific method is fine as well. And we have to consider it's also quite a lot of actions it costs to take, develop and upgrade my labs to computers. And he takes damn. And he takes computers as well. So yeah, really good move. So I definitely will play the impact of architecture, I think. I'm the strongest, that's really good. What will I take? Sadly, yeah, maybe I can take this and go for democracy right now. That was really nice. Then I can upgrade here. Maybe once more. Maybe I will take the International Red Cross. And not go for any more population really. Maybe take engineering as well. So I can go for a big... Next turn I can finish this and score 30 culture. That's really good. Really got use out of my food. Also have to keep... maybe I can take Steve Jobs at some point. I'm gonna get rid of one of or both of these colonies, maybe loss of sovereignty. And I'm 14 culture production now. We can now go for oil and upgrade one or two, just one I think. From 2 to 11, that's 9 resources he has to spend for everyone he upgrades. He has 8 plus 3 and just the 4 from here. So he can't upgrade 2 oils, which is nice. One will put him at quite a lot of production as well. So maybe I do have to be careful about green. But realistically I also can take Gandhi when he comes. And then I can't be defeated anymore, or nobody can declare war on me basically. Maybe if they take military theory, green could theoretically, but then he would also need a lot of military actions to build up his military. Bit of balance could be good, even though he will probably increase his resource production and he will have more here then. But yeah, I'm at 64 now, he's at 54, and with my International Red Cross I'll score 33 culture. And after that maybe I can go for spaceflight as well. Even though it's quite expensive to take. I think I can only take it if it's on 1. I have to spend 1 action on engineering. So he goes for 1 oil. Military theory, but it's also gonna... Oh, interesting. He has the Harvard College, so he could take efficient upgrade and use it right away. So he could upgrade 2 of his mines to oil. So I definitely won't be playing the impact of industry. You have balance, I mean he has 2 more now. Maybe gains some more. So there's an... Wait, what happened? Offers a military alliance, and they accepted. I mean, why wouldn't they? And he builds 1 step of my International Red Cross, and he will probably also build... Yeah, I forgot about that. They can build on it as well, of course. So some of those points are gone. I can definitely also take Churchill instead of Gandhi. Will probably have the same effect, that nobody will play war against me, and again more culture from him. I mean, theoretically I could also go for war still, but I didn't draw any yet. But with Churchill and just need a cannon or artillery, I can fulfill this tactic. It will take quite a lot of science to go for that. But I'm fine where I am right now, I think, with 14 culture production. I think my plan should probably be to somehow end this game as soon as possible, because he's at 12 resource production and he's at 14. But Red is so behind that I'm not afraid of Red really, besides wars, which I think won't be possible from Red. He has just warriors. So I definitely think I will. I'm the strongest, so I don't know what is under here. I definitely can still go for the Impet of Balance. Freedom of movement. I could take one from here and put him here. I mean, why not? And where are they? From religion, and put them on scientific method. And then I will go for engineering. Finish with International Red Cross. I think I'm also gonna take space flight. Should produce me quite a lot. Maybe before I do that, I take Churchill. Could also take Steve Jobs, but I don't see a real reason why. And then take spaceflight. Should definitely be able to finish this, especially with the 6 resources from Louvre. So do it like this. I won't be needing this. Oh, this really... Yeah, just gonna keep this tactic. Don't think I will be needing any tactics, but still. So I have still such a high culture lead now with my completed wonder and plus 14 culture. I mean, green definitely has a lot of resources now, but also he doesn't have the science or the military actions to go for a big military push, and then he would also still need... I mean, he can take revolutionary idea and then go for military theory this turn because of his Harvard College, but then he can't go for any of his other units he could build. So red has also quite a lot of resources, and he also has the science, but he has even less developed military. So I think from him there's definitely no danger. Green, definitely there's a little bit of danger from him, especially with his Great Wall. But also depending on which tactics he has. Just one card from H2, so I guess he doesn't have the defensive army. And if he goes for one from H3, he also needs to upgrade his swordsman. He has all the cards he needs in hand: Air Force, military theory, riflemen, cannons and cavalrymen. But he doesn't have the science or the military actions right now to go for all of them. The national tourism, I could offer that. I have quite a lot of finished wonders. Could definitely offer that to Red. I think there's no way that Red will catch up with me, so I could definitely offer that to him. Better than playing Impact of Industry. I also still have quite a lot of food now, because I couldn't spend all on the International Red Cross. But I can increase my population twice. And next turn I think, okay, so he even deletes one of his units. Okay, goes for 2 cannons. This looks a little bit like he wants to go for a war. But also he has to spend 3 military actions on his war, and then he doesn't have that much left. So he has to play a tactic. Iconoclasm, nothing happens. So I definitely should somehow try to end the game next turn, so that Green has only 1 chance next turn to declare war, which he then really can't. Maybe I should also take rockets if I can, which I do, because there's 2 of them. Okay, if I take these or these, and I can go for this tactic. Maybe not with the full 13, but only 7, but that's still better than my 3 that I have right now. Also the space flight with reserves. Maybe I can get another reserves, but I don't think there's one left. Oh, there are 2 left even. If I can get one of those, that would be nice. I also have to consider the impacts, which can be really influential in the end. But yeah, the great thing about my Louvre is right now it's producing 5 culture, and in the end I can use blue tokens and the 6 resources to finish my space flight. It's a really nice wonder always having this, also against any possible wars. Having extra 6 resources I can use. Okay, now he goes for quite a lot of culture production and endowment of the arts. So 10 cards are left. If I take quite a few, the game should end next turn. So I'll offer this pack to Red. Really should accept, because he will produce 3 culture and he accepts that. Very nice. Then I will go for military theory, making me strongest again. And maybe I increase my population once, go for reserves. And build. This doesn't really give me no corruption, so I will increase this again. Okay, take military build up, growth, and these rockets. So 2, 4, 5, 6. No, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. So 5 cards left. Definitely wants to take some cards. So I think the game should end next turn. And I have enough next turn to finish my wonder as well. I have 16 resources, so he can't declare war. This will give me 18 and 3 more, if I go for the rockets. Which is okay. This always gives you around 20 at least. Sometimes way more if you have computers or very high science production over the whole game. But around 20 is definitely fine. And it's also worth the 16 resources. Bit of variety, could play that or of strength. Yeah, maybe the one of strength. This one costs 9 and this one 8. So 17 together. If I use Churchill next turn, I have 17 science. So I can go for both of these. And then score 3 culture with a space flight. So it's definitely worth it to go for that instead of the 3 culture. And then I can just play 1 rocket with my military build up, maybe. Yeah, maybe if I play the tactic first and then with the military build up I can go for a rocket. And then I am definitely the strongest, so a bit of strength should be nice. So they both have quite a lot of resources, so they could go for Manhattan Project, also because they have high science production. Empire State could be a possibility for red. Yeah, definitely. Who has now 15 culture production, but he's so far behind. He will score quite a lot from impact of architecture. I won't point that much. Maybe you can go for professional sports as well. So really interested to see what green will do. Also, if he finishes the game or ends the H3, definitely wants to take quite a lot, I think. Okay, doesn't look like it. So he doesn't end it. So he has one more turn where he can go for war. So I definitely have to be careful. Ravages of time. Okay. There's no Air Force. Sorry, if he has a good tactic. This will be interesting to see if I can defend. Yeah, I really would have liked to take even more cards. Maybe I should have prioritized that. But also he could have just taken nothing. So if he has the new tactic, what's it called? The positional army, he will gain quite a lot of strength, especially with the Air Force as well. Or maybe he has so many resources, he can go for 2 Air Forces next turn. But I also have quite a lot of resources. And even more with Churchill. So next turn I definitely will go for this army. Can even go for this one in with a 13 if I go for rockets and the tanks. Sadly, I won't have the Air Force. Don't know when that came up. Maybe I should have taken that. But I feel, or I felt like I had enough of a defense. They definitely will gain quite a lot of military. Also with his reserves and patriotism, probably have to take that away from him, because he can use that in his turn with the Harvard College, of course. Also I have to concern myself with happy faces. Maybe I can take professional sports. It's also quite nice to gain the 4 military strength from only 4 resources. So if I can take that, that would be good. I mean, green has also the option to go for war against red. So I'm hoping red takes the Manhattan Project and goes for that. Getting 13 strength would also make my military build-up better. So I would like that. Also it would generally be really good for him, defending against any wars green could put him in. And gaining 12 culture as well. It's quite good. Maybe Gandhi would have been safer, but Churchill came first, so I think it was still the right decision to take him. Will also be quite useful in his next turn. Okay, they both are going quite heavily into reserve. Maybe they have really complicated turns. Also quite a lot of actions on everyone. 8, 8 and 9. But I still think I can defend. Maybe I have to delete quite a lot. I definitely can't finish my space flight. In that case, I'm really hoping for professional sports. I think that would be really good. It's also good with quite a lot of impacts, especially architecture. So it doesn't take Manhattan Project, but the Empire State instead. I don't know why. Really don't know why. Yeah, it will SCOM 24, but I still think the Manhattan Project would have been better. So I'm not gonna go for impetus strength, but impetus of variety. Or maybe I won't. I won't actually, because next turn I also only can play this, and if the impetus of architecture would come, that would be bad. So professional sports is really good for me, saves me a lot of trouble. So I can do this. Maybe first. I can't do it, so I can use this twice. I would have to delete this. Maybe I could do that. I mean, I don't need the military actions to draw cards. And then I have 10 here. for rockets as well. $29, that's good. Still have 16 resources, so I could also finish this one. I can also wait with the resources, maybe I need them. Can definitely take satellites. And then patriotism. Take that away from him. Yeah, next turn I still have enough to finish this if I want to. So next turn I can go for tanks, and with so many resources and patriotism as well, and there's 3 resources from Churchill, I think I could even go for another whole army of this. Maybe 26, 30, 33. It's quite a lot of resources. I mean, okay, yeah. What I did was a little bit weird. I deleted the rifleman to gain 5 resources and then had to spend the 5 resources again. So it wasn't bad because the military actions don't draw cards anymore. Didn't really consider what I was doing. Seemed like a nice play, but really wasn't. $32 resources. Maybe we can even go for internet as well if green doesn't take it. So it definitely can still become really close between these two. Problem is green can go for a war against red if he wants to. Which would be even better for me. They both fight each other, then I have the space that I want. Can go for space flight. Also, it doesn't seem like he wants to play politics. A bit of architecture will also be quite bad for green. Really good for red and not too bad for me. And next turn I can definitely play the impact of variety. Getting 18 there. Also for the impact of balance I can definitely build another irrigation. Will be quite a lot of points. And then satellites as well will give me even more for the impact of variety. And he declares the war on red. Let's see which tactic he has. Yeah, he has this tactic. So 60. Not too bad. But yeah, as I said, I could have defended this if I wanted to with my 33 resources. So he had to declare on red. And he probably won't gain enough from red to win this game. Maybe red even surrenders. He has to delete quite a lot to even defend a little bit. Build another cannon. So yeah, red wasn't prepared for that. Also taking the Empire State Building definitely, in my opinion, was a mistake. The Manhattan Project would have scored also quite a lot of culture and given him military strength, and it even cost 1 less civil action to take because it was like here and not here. And you can score 24 with this. Maybe you can even, I don't know, build another farm so he scores some more. Yeah, but still. 13 strength now definitely would have been better for him. But the game was going really bad for Red from the start. Had this really bad early game. Got like 3 or 4 aggressions on him in the war. So finish with that and that. That's quite nice, but he will lose all his culture against green. So this might also be bad for us. He didn't build any military, so he will gain quite a lot. But I can play Impact of Variety. Okay, so maybe it will get close still. This was really good for me in red. So I can definitely go for the satellites. The tanks as well. We'll gain the culture back from this wonder. So go for this as well. And as I said, Impact of Balance. So we'll build another one here. I can't defend against an aggression, so I definitely can take some culture away from me still. I guess I can also delete this. And actually maybe I redeem all of my blue tokens. And we can go for this. Oh no, then I get 1 less from Impact of Variety. So maybe I delete one of my... If I delete these, then I'm worse in Impact of Science. So maybe I still delete this. Go for another one here if there's Impact of Happy Faces. Sadly the Impact of Architecture was played already. Yeah, but maybe do it like this. Play this as well. And maybe, wait, I made a mistake. I think I can play this first, so I save some resources. Oh, I don't. Yeah, well, still have to redeem these, but 1 less I can. So I think like this is the best I can do. Still open to aggressions, but then he can't play politics. And also he can take not that much away. And now he again is at 100 only. Yeah, can't defend this one. But still 160 plus 10, 180. Can still be quite close. The war was really good, that red didn't defend at all. That sometimes happens in 3-player games. If red had spent all his resources instead on building military, then things would look differently now. But that was his decision. Yeah, maybe it wasn't good to delete the religion, now that I think about it. Definitely will cost me 2 from Impact of Variety, 1 from the religion that it would have produced for me, 2 from the Louvre, where I needed the resources, so probably wasn't good. So if I lose by 2 or 3 points, And then I know where I did my mistakes. So against plus 16. Government 22, 23. Oh, this is gonna be close. Culture, oh no. Balance, I see slightly better as well. Technology, I have quite a lot there as well. 28, nice. Variety, I'm ahead there. Whew, that one was close. 260, 257. GG. And well played. Yeah, it got a little bit close with the big war of him. And my decision probably was bad. And now in retrospect, of course there was no impact of happiness. But in either case, I think I should have kept my religion. But really interesting game. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully I see you in the next game as well.